Hello, viewers. On today's episode, we'll be talking about how to get funding. You should understand that funding is very fundamental to your journey to America because if you don't have funding, more often than not, it will be very difficult for you to get the visa. Because the visa officer would always ponder on how you would be able to fund your deficit in the United States. And remember, they don't want liabilities in the United States. So, here are the steps to getting funding for your studies in the United States. Before you make an application to any school, research critically to know whether or not they have funding. And if they do, ensure that you have your GRE, okay, and the score must be very high so your application can be very competitive. You also have to have your SAT, your TOEFL, your GMAT, and by extension, IELTS, if need be for that. The reason why you need all these test scores is to ensure that you have a very competitive application. Remember, you're not the only person applying for that degree. They have thousands of applicants all over the world who are making applications for that same degree in the United States and even in the school. So you have to step up so your application can be very, very competitive so that the admission committee members can evaluate your own and then see the difference and offer you admission, not just admission, with funding. That is on one hand. On the other hand, ensure that after applying with the test scores, ensure that you also have your transcript evaluated. Because with your transcript evaluated, it would give you an edge over other applicants. Transcript evaluation ensures that your transcript is at par, within the same standard as that of the US. So, for instance, if you have a third class or a second class lower, they would have to evaluate it to know how to grade your transcript in terms of admission and in terms of funding. Some schools may not even admit you when you don't have your transcript evaluated. Talk more of giving you talk more of giving you funding. So it is very, very important and critical that you also have your transcript evaluated for admission purpose and for funding purpose. Additionally, very important, ensure that you send cold emails to your professors. Research about professors in your department, those who have funding, email them. How do you send a cold email? You search for their email addresses. When you get it, you have to compose a very, very compelling and good email or write-up. You send it to the professor, and it has to contain, just like a CV, it has to contain what you can do, what you have been doing, your work experience, and then your academic background. Okay? So, when the professor says that and he gets interested, of course, the professor will email you back. Then he will have to interview you. Once everything looks good to him, they will give you funding. That is in terms of assistantship and teaching, research assistantship as well. That is, we have research assistantship and we also have teaching assistantship. That is in that regard. Another way through which you can get funding is by applying for an on-campus job, even without you being in the United States yet. Some schools permit that. So research about your school, find out if they have an on-campus job for international students. When you see an opportunity like that, do apply. You can get funding from there. Remember, that will actually help in your journey to the United States. These are the ways through which you can actually get funding so as to ensure that you get your visa approved. Thank you very much, my lovely viewers. Please do ensure that you click on the subscription button to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get more details on F1 and F2 interview tips. Thank you very much, my lovely viewers.